Hi, welcome to class. We're the only two right now, but the other ones will show up eventually, right? I hate my life. I hate my life. A Professor Sunreis Productions! Hello class, Professor Sunreis here. Today's class we're taking a look at the Mathmech testing session I had live on stream. If you don't want to miss on the streams, I'm trying to stream somewhat regularly. Down in the description below is the link. Maybe I won't be streaming this much this week just because I am feeling a little ill and sore. But then again, the new ban list season on Dueling Book is out, and I definitely want to play a lot on that. But probably I will also just do that off stream, just because I want to play. But I don't really feel like streaming just because I am feeling kind of sore. Anyways, I'm definitely gonna do a lot of videos on the new season. I have something little planned in there, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can get that finished around until like Wednesday. Hopefully I can do that. But anyway, so let's enjoy this video of me testing against Mathmech and getting some valuable lessons for me and also for you guys in there. So let's get right into the video. No stream Striperino. Okay, I can't do too much commentating because I want to keep it somewhat realistically here, right? So you don't have the informations. Oh, fuck you. But I'm actually excited for Mathmech because a good friend of mine really loves the deck. So you probably have a Sigma in hand, right? Yeah, you have Sigma in hand. 3 cards unknown. So there's a line to play around Bystial. Yeah, that makes sense. So now the circular triggers, that's fine. So you might want to play like 3 Sigma next format. But I think you would just keep a Bystial for the for the trap, right? Unless you do go for like a whole different thing. Yeah, I mean, if you have two, if you have a Magnamut, you might want to banish. If you have a Magnamut, you would banish the Sigma, of course, because you could have just searched another Bystial. So yeah. Depending on how popular Mathmech is, I'm definitely gonna put some Bystials in the side deck because this deck is scary. Think here. I think we do this, right? Really good. Yeah. Let's imperm here. If they have diameter, they have it, and I mean they got the trap already. But of course we are playing Bystial control, we always have Bystials in our hand. Okay, they got the diameter, but that's like the worst diameter they could have asked for. Yeah, I think I'll ash this. And if I have a Bystial now, I completely win this matchup. Set 2, okay. Draw 1. Stand by main. Normal. So they... that's fine. Okay. Well, they don't have a Dark Engrave, right? Yeah, so we don't really need to prepare for like a Charmer line. So we can go into Pisty. Trigger the black metal here. Questioning what the one set will be. For black metal, how? I will probably commit... for me, the seal is... not the seal, the black metal is standard. I really liked it when I topped the regional with it. Because I wanted 1-card seals, and I think it still stands the same. Just getting to 1-card seals and having a shit ton of hand trips surprisingly it is a win con, because like all of the access to the Bellion is like such a good extender. Because then you get like to the Brandis spell traps. They're just so strong, and it's just a broken resource loop. So we go for black metal here, and then probably the trap will come out. There's nothing I could have done about that. Like this, you cannot play around a Bystial. Yeah, sadly it's fine. We don't have a Bystial in our hand. Now they pop 2, like one from field, one from... Sadly, yes. Oh man, this was the worst one. Yeah, we lose this one. Yeah. Oh, another super factorial. Is this once per turn? Okay, this once per turn. Not the worst. What's the best hand trip against the deck? Out of the ones we have. I don't think Ash is really that clean against the deck. Going second. No, I don't think it is. Especially because we put in this. And Ash is like really only good against all of the spells, and they shouldn't be alive. Well, but I mean, you get the point. Like, anti-spell is just better than Ash in this matchup. That's a decent hand. So we normal black. I guess we use the. We could get rolled. If we get rolled, we want to resolve this first, and then we get a Magnamut. We. Normal black. Let's activate a regain here, and then normal black metal. Link off. Effect. Search the big guy. Now, I am probably... We could go for that. Well, let's see what we draw here. We declare Albion and send Albas for cost. Because in this matchup, I kind of want to resolve my Albas, honestly. Off the seal. So we put it at the bottom and we draw one. That's a good one. That's a really good one. But we also have that, so we can go for like full combo. Let's banish here. And I didn't want to send a regain because we might want to use it in a grind game. So we used Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon here. Doesn't target. Honestly, we could go for Albaz. And make Mirror... No, we can't make Mirror Jet. This is not from the extra deck. Let's think here. Can commit. And then we have 2. We have 4 bodies. And I really needed this. The whole area. Oh my god, that sounds awful. Let's summon Seyfert. And use effect Seyfert here. And then we summon, we get White Dragon. I mean, yeah, sleeping through is pretty clean. That's a good sleep. That's a power sleep. Can always banish Albus next turn, right? Recycle it. So I just want to plus hard here now. So we turn these into Seal now, so that we have like some form of nip protection. Like it not protection, but we can at least plus. Oh, clean draw. Where's the call up? There's the call up. And then we ban it. Oh, no, not banish face down. Regained. Draw 1. And then we use. I guess we use Magnum on black metal. But recycling that is always not really needed. On black metal, effect Magnum on field. We should have used Lobellion earlier because we could have drawn the branded beast. I hope all of these plays are fine. I feel like they were just not talking game related. I hope at least. So branded beast, and then we turn them into seal, and not seal into mask. Effect. Oh, I don't want to show you my deck. Get the Wyver Burst. Then we use Hayford here, I guess. Get a Magna. To get a Lobellion back, and then we use Chaos Emperor back A1K, get back Black Metal, a Darkness Metal, yeah, I think Darkness Metal. We put it onto the extra, and we end phase search Druid's Worm probably. Yeah, let's search Druid's Worm. We have 2 ways of triggering it with Beast and Regained. Beast and Masquerena, so we should be fine. And this is like the end board we try to accomplish. This is like full combo. You don't always go for that. It's the extra sealing. If you have like a lot of extenders and a lot of gas, how much do I know in hand? Druid's Worm, Red EMD. You know everything but one hat card. You know Druid's, Lub, White, and Dark Metal. So like this is like how you can turn your extenders into actual disruption. And Steel Masquerena used to be the staple endboard of Dragon Link for going first because it's just so low investment. But without Pega Ruler, it just doesn't seem worth it to go for a route like that because the resource grind is not as efficient in Dragon Link as it is in Bystial Control. And also, it doesn't really run that many hand traps. Okay, they drew the best counter to the board. Dark Ruler, Cosmic. Oh yeah, that's the best counter to the board. But also not the end of the world. Target the Brand of Beast. That hurt, but it's fine. Oh no. Sending for cost. Sigma. I don't think like banishing Sigma is the play here, honestly. But then again, it might be. It's fine. Because yeah, they got a subtraction. They make me lose attack. This loses, right? Yeah, so this is lost now. They could use Circular to search now. That's also fine. Yeah. So they searched Super Factor. Probably should have used Regained earlier to see if they have another Cosmic. Kind of wanted to save those. I think on res. We want to commit now. No draw. They have normal. Target our Albaz. They got Ghost Spell for that. That is fine. On res. Now we got nothing on res. That's fine. Ooh, a link. Tribute summon? Okay, just a Link Disciple. Let's get Regained going here. Res. You cannot use your Sigma now. What are you doing? I think this is fine. Yeah. Res. Let's think here. Cannot go for Link 3 or higher. So this is really good for us because they cannot go access. Yeah. They cannot go into access code anymore. I think we go for a seal here. Okay. Question is, what do we bounce? We can either bounce the Disciples. Now, if we bounce Disciples, they would just Sigma summon it back. And then, so I think we bounce the Devotee. Because that way they cannot use their Sigma. Now we trigger Seal. And we would have loved to search the Dru's Worm off there. Or summon one. In this case, we can summon a Beldrake, but it can just be run over by battle. But if they go battle phase here, we are super fine with that. Talents. Go Talents for Tay. Yeah, I mean, we can make Masquerena. Cool thing is we could go Masquerena here, make Unicorn, and we would be able to trigger the Unicorn. This is how it was ruled. For whatever reason it is ruled like that. It is super weird, but it is ruled like that. So we could go Unicorn on itself, but that doesn't really do anything. I think we will just let them take here. They could go into Heat Soul here. As you can see, we are like still on 5 cards in hand, and they cannot kill us because they cannot go into Access Code, nor do they have the ability to kill us otherwise because they can only attack with 1. They still have their Sigma Engrave. Other than that, 2 cards in hand. One of them is the Trap, which we can counter with the Dru's Worm next turn. Yeah, you cannot win this. Let's go to game 3. And in game 3, we just go all the way on hand traps. I really like the Gamma package. I mean, that's the Dueling Book curse, right? Drawing the one-offs you don't plan on drawing. Drawing the one-offs you don't plan on drawing. That's correct English. I mean, this is like a solid card in the matchup, I feel like, depending on the approach they go for with the end board, but not with the overall game plan we have of just hand trapping to death. But then again, Mathmech does play through hand traps quite effectively. Well, we can also just do that, I guess. And they have Circular 3 times out of 3 times. Yeah, Circular is fine. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know if I missed Mathmech, because in theory, it's just cool to see decks from pre-pod, but Mathmech wasn't really that cool, honestly. It was slightly annoying. Let's be real here. Let's be real. So going for the Link Devotee route means that your version ends on like Mask, right? I have to put one back. So it goes to like not Seal, Mask plus the weird guy called Link. What is this card called? Banishes and searches a tuner. Then yeah, I was Body of Mine played it a lot, so I have some insight. But there was also the Heat Soul route, right? But I feel the mana was like not. Time is Wicked, that's what it's called. But the mana was not bad enough where you could get away with just drawing hand traps. You needed to have like a lot of hate on the field. But this combo just hard loses to Nib, right? I mean, it doesn't hard lose to Nib because you still have the trap. But like it gets hit by Nib quite a bit, more so than other combos. Yeah, also I think my buddy was also on the train that the Heat Soul is just not good enough, and this is better. Though Heat Soul is like the really, I don't know, do you play Heat Soul at all as like just a backup plan for like when you have like super weird hands? Now you got Diameter. So you can normal this now. You got Spell, Diameter, Trap in hand because you searched Spell. You probably have Trap already. Oh. But then the patient was necessary for cash dense unique. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense now that you don't have the space. Yeah. Oh, it just I said it last stream. I just feel like a small fucking child because it's so exciting. There's just so much stuff to do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and it's just so nice to learn like old strategies, applying, like getting used to the new format. Oh my god, you go, oh no, you search a fucking floodgate. That's what you're going for. Yeah, I have no nib, sadly. Well, this search is a spell trap right now. Yeah. For 4. That's really strong, I guess. What do you search here now? Pre-roll Iron Wolf. I don't care about that. Oh, set 4 based. Oh, man. Yeah, My hand sucks ass, by the way. I had like double chaos base. Yeah, it sucks ass. I have 15 hand traps. I didn't see a single one. It felt like the what? Nah, I guess if the imperm came off top, by the way. Imagine if I've impermed that LM version. I mean, you can just chain, right? Negate. It's an omni negate, right? Oh yeah, it's an omni negate. Yeah, so the imperm probably would have come. If I had one hand trap, what would I have hand trap here? Let's just say I had an imperm. The imperm. Yeah, it has an. For a second, I thought diameter only negates monsters. What would I have impermed here? Not the circular. That's just not a good play. There's like no real good imperm. I guess I would have negated Cyber's Wicked. Can this be targeted? Yeah. The circular on effect? But that is super risky. If I only have one hand trap. But I guess if I've only, depending on the rest of the hand, I guess if I have like a gas hand, and I can allow you to extend a little bit, I guess. Because if it's like a thing now where you go for the Imperial Iron Wall to stop, because Evenly is kind of popular right now, and Bystials will still be semi-popular, so you go in for the Imperial Iron Wall in game 3. Oh yeah, you had Linkuriba up on that. Yeah, true. You had Linkuriba up at that part. True. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's circular. But in standard combo, don't you go for like if I think you do standard combo, which you maybe Mathmech doesn't do that in game 3s against my deck anymore. I thought I would have hit it the XD, which you do it like as the third summon because you go circular, send Sigma summon, effect circular, search trap, and then you go for the XDs, and I imperm the XDs. That for me would have been the play I would have gone for pre-Bystial format or pre-this format, but maybe now this changes and you have to hit the circular because all you really needed was one extender in hand, right? Or did you even need an extender in hand? No, you just comboed off the circular, right? I guess because you searched, you had the trap hard draw, you could have gone for that. Huh. That's interesting. I had one extender. What did you have an This might seem very oppressive, but then again, it would have hard lost to Nibiru. And with hard loss, I mean not really that hard, but like I said, you only would have had trap then. Everything else was disruption. You had imperm, called. Oh yeah, you had a fucking called by. You didn't have an extender then, right? You just had circular plus the trap hard draw, and that way you could have searched the extender. But I guess then it becomes. Oh no, you had subtraction. So you had circular, subtraction. Circular, subtraction, trap, called by imperm in hand, and then you've drawn one and put one back. So maybe it would have changed a little bit. So yeah, nothing really large done here. Let's admit defeat, and I want to do another match because I bricked 2 times. I didn't brick game 1, but let's wait. Who goes first? Yeah, let's do a game 1. Game 1, I go first. Because you went first the last time. It's only fair, right? Just do like another match. Yeah, that makes the most sense, I feel like, for testing reasons. So we go first. I'd love to see it. Pitch a Magnamid. We can do that. Go for Rebellion. I get ashed on that. That's fine. This is where black metal comes in so clutch, and this is why I like it so much. Yeah, I mean, Cypress is really close, but I feel like Mathmech is strong enough because in a vacuum, Magnamid is such an oppressive deck, and you have to think it was in the start of Pod, it was the 3rd best deck, and honestly, only because T-Elements just didn't care about the trap. And it shit on Sprite so fucking hard. It is unreal. It's just the T-Elements held it back, and then the Shufflers and the Bystials. And I guess now, I think they're in a better spot because Bystials are not as popular, nearly as popular as T-Elements are. As T-Elements were back then. So yeah. I think it's in a very good spot right now, and I expect to see it at the at the upper echelon of the format. So Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon effect. It is so clean here. It is so fucking clean. If you don't have an Imperm, of course. But that seems fine. We trigger the Magnamit now. Let's think here. I don't want to use this. I guess we'll do that. Effect. Get the Branded Beast. And then we use Chaos Base, banish itself to put Pisty at the bottom of the extra. Set. And phase. We might want to go for follow-up, honestly. Yeah, I think I'll go for follow-up. Because we currently don't have guaranteed follow-up because of Seal can still be disrupted. And yeah, I think that's the correct play. Yeah, only Safer is known in hand. By the way, Chad, look at this fucking awesome shirt. Look at this samurai ninja-ass cat. Ooh, that's fine. Pitching Trap, gotta love to see it. Gotta love to see it. So it's the worst circular in the deck. I mean, Small World is also there. I don't know if you play it, but it might be there. Circular effect is super fine. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed. Yo, Talents, what up? I got a fucking microphone arm. I feel so professional now. Think on res here. Yeah, I think it's the correct hit to hit the Sigma here. Yeah, let's hit Sigma. If they go, I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little dehydrated still. That's such a commitment. Isn't that just bad? Feel a little dehydrated, but honestly, other than that, it's way better than it was before. Because we Branded Beast the Nebula. And then we... Oh, sorry. This searches Trap, I guess I... How you doing? I don't know if I asked you, right? Yeah, I asked you. I'm just happy to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Play against other decks than Sprite, T-Elements, and Flunder. And all of these decks are super fine to play again now. I feel like... Yeah, I will... Problem is... Yeah, I Imperm this. And then on res, I use Branded Beast to pop the Nebula, and then Drew's Worm to pop the Circular, because they could have searched like Trap or like any extension they might have, or if they have like a Trap plus an extender, they search for the spell, and then they can play. It doesn't even need to be a lot of play that they have, but just being able to set up the Trap can be really detrimental for us, because they cannot break this board. We just have to make them have the least amount of disruption next turn. And it might be that we have to that they will just pass after this, which would be fine, because we can then use Seal to bounce our own beast to at least trigger a Magnamit, which is not the cleanest play. Of course, you would much rather bounce something they have, but yeah. I'm currently playing against Blade Runner from chat, but after this match we can definitely play. I'd like to test against Kashtira, honestly, but it is super fine. You can play whatever you want. I feel like the next format will be super... it will be super diverse, that I just want to play against everything. So we use Seal here in end phase to bounce that, and then we trigger Seal to summon Magnamit, and then effect Magnamit. Playing Dinos, interesting. Could also be a deck for next format, definitely. Yeah, would love to play against that. Let's search the big guy, and we draw. Stand by main. So, can we kill here in under 5 summons? We should be able to. Because we normal, we use effect, search either black or white. Let's search white so we can banish a Bystial. We banish Safred here. Yeah, that's the art of Bystial control, baby. It's just so many resources. If you keep throwing 2.5k beat sticks at anything, it will crumble. And that's basic physics. So let's use Lubellion here to search a Magnamit. We are on 1 summon currently. That's the 2nd summon. That's the 3rd summon. And then we activate this. Pitch it, pay cost, add a Drew's Worm. And that's the 4th summon. That's a very good question. They didn't have to be that, I know. We could have also gone for Regained before, but it doesn't really matter because we can just kill here. And even if they had an additional body there, we could have let's do a whole match. GG's, man. We could have summoned another Bystial on battle phase, and we can play around Nibiru and OTK so easily just thanks to Chaos Emperor, because it alone gives you 5.5k damage on board. Just because it adds back any banished Bystials. Okay, let's try going second again. I feel like the last game was not up to par. And I like this side deck pattern, even though Albast is really solid if I break a board. Oh, you gotta go, Talents? Oh, that's sad. Little 3 could be something. Oh my god, my hair, holy shit. But I'm more excited about the new Dino support. I was actually a Dino head way back when. Like, this was the first competitive deck. Oh my god, you got Circular again, dude? Oh, yeah, it's fine. But Literature 3 could be helpful. But the new Dino support looks even more promising. Even though I didn't take a huge look at them, I feel like they might be better than True Diagram at Lithothagam, but who knows. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we just have to Ash here. Well, that makes it so that they have to have any form of extender. But the thing is, Mathmech has just so many abilities, because they can search a spell trap, and then with the XZ guy, they can just search a monster. So they have such a high likelihood of getting to what they need, or having the extension tool where this play just doesn't cut it. But like Blade Runner said, them having the ability to have like a very specific combo which completely screws us over, I think it's fair to commit a little. Well, not commit, but like throw the Ash very early. Devotee triggers here. They summon. I mean, you still go for that, right? No, you're lacking one body then, because you don't have the spell, unless you hard through the spell. So yeah, I guess if you have one extender plus circular, I'm basically forced to Ash the circular, because if I don't have a nib. Yeah, I gotta remember that, because then it forces me to do so, unless they don't play it. But it seems like a very solid. It seems solid to play Imperial Iron Wall on the side deck with Kashtira being in the format and the deck itself losing to Bystials. Mom summoned Daimi. Oh, Nibiru, where are you, my friend? Go for Island Version for 2. Pathetic. But isn't that route now just loses to Nibiru unnecessarily? Couldn't if you... Oh no, because you wouldn't have gone to a trap. Yeah, never mind. I didn't say anything. Didn't say a thing. Stand by, main. Let's force a trap. Am I right, guys? Ah! Rude. I asked you first, true. Apple for 2 plus trap. We can beat this, guys. We can. We just have to believe in the power of love. The super factorial. No Bystial. Apple does protect from a Bystial, right? Yeah. But not from 2. So far the matchup feels like... Yeah, there was... I mean, you did that before because people were siding DD Crow and Ghost builds as well. I mean, that also to me that this is probably the superior version. Gives you imperm protection as well. Oh man, you have to do me dirty like that? I think if you would have hit the other one, I might have had it. Or at least I would have gone more. Let's see. If you've hit my Chaos Emperor, I could have normaled, Safred, run over the Appaloosa, use Safred effect to go for Collapse, search to Collapse Serpent. Only had one negate. So, would have run over here. Oh man, that would have been interesting. What was play after I negate Safred? Would you have negated my Safred? Because if you negate my Safred on field effect, I would have used Safred and Graveyard effect to search Chaos Emperor Dragon. Oh wait, I cannot summon it. Never mind. I couldn't have summoned it, okay. Then I couldn't have done anything. Okay, game 3. I feel like this, but this is always the case with Mathmech. Mathmech is so broken going first. Especially if you don't draw fucking... I mean, play 1500s, why don't I draw 2? Where it's like super... Like, you go first, you win. I go first, I win, basically. It feels like that sometimes. But then again, we've both drawn not really that optimal going second for now. I mean, this hand was fine, but it doesn't help against Mathmech enough. Book of Eclipse is nothing you can play. Cosmic Evenly, I guess, can work. But also not really. Let's normal summon Seyfried here. And go for the hidden jutsu of effect Seyfried. Send Albion. We get ashed. That's fine. Now we go into Pissy. Use effect Seyfried to add back Albion. This is bad. But I can also send from hand, right? Yeah. Oh man, this sucks. We have to go -1 here. Because we have to pitch Albas from hand because we've drawn it, but that's fine. Because we draw Magnamut, effect on Albas. Or is there like no Lancia would have come out earlier. Yeah, sadly because of the Albas, sad hand. I mean 4 cards, if I didn't draw the Albas, 4 cards through 1 hand trap in hand is super fine, especially with Seal and Bystials being actual disruption against the deck as well. Let's search the belly Drakey. Nebula, if this card, you can target 1, yeah, okay. Doesn't do anything, yeah. Mining is fine, no Ash. Satch. Circular is fine. Sigma does activate, right? Yeah, it does, okay. Yeah, you can take back. No worries. So you probably have a Sigma in hand then, because otherwise you would have always, even if... Okay. Oh, Dark Ruler, yeah, that makes that makes sense. But then again, you could have also used Dark Ruler after you used Circular, because I cannot even change, I mean, no, I can't change it whatsoever. But that's fine. I feel like being Dark Ruler is fine because we just got the grind, right? Equation on Nabla. I'm gonna hit you with the quick Drew's Worm on the Nabla. Oh wait, that was a little dumb because I searched Beldrick, not Drew's Worm. But anyways, I feel like we have you here because they have 1 card in hand. It needs to be a normal summon for them to be able to it's Talents. But you have to go Talents draw here. Because we misplayed. If we activated Beldrick here, nah. You have to go draw. Yeah, you have to. Because, like, they know we have a Beldrick because we misplayed a little. And I misremembered what Bystial I added, which you... they drew Diameter plus... I don't know what. Too much. On the Sigma. But we still have a Disruption in Beldrick, Drew's Worm. So Beldrick is probably the first time where Beldrick is really clean. Yeah, any normal just loses to Beldrick. What is this I don't like this song. Can I skip it? Another Dark Ruler and an Ash. I mean, Ash would have come in clean on the Magnamut. But yeah, you just lose. If you're good, I mean, to be fair, you had Circular in every hand, which is not a given. You have like, do you play Small World? Can you mill your deck? I wanna see the list. Yet you had Circular in every hand, so you're also good if you're good, my friend. So you don't play Small World, or did you side it out? Oh man, that's so much non-engine. Take a look at that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 cards non-engine. That's so insane. Man, I'm playing 12 cards non-engine. I'm so good. I mean, to be fair, against your deck, I play 18 cards non-engine as well because the Bystials are so good. But yeah, that is unreal. Mathmech is such a cool deck. I really love decks which can play like a lot of non-engine. They are like I just really like control decks, and this, like, at least like deck wise, like how the deck is built, it fits that. Though it's not really a control deck. I would say it's like, I don't know, how would you describe Mathmech as a deck? Probably like aggro. Probably seems like an aggro deck. I gotta go pee real quick. He went. Okay. I'm back. Ugh, got a hair in my mouth. So let's conclude the Mathmech testing session. in the trusty notepad. So Mathmech versus Bystial control. Let's quickly get the deck list maybe going in the background. That maybe looks better. We can put like the notepad like here in the card pool, and looks profesh. Apart from the task bar being in the way. Let's clear this. So Mathmech against Bystial control. I don't know. It feels 50-50ish, maybe slightly favored for us. We didn't have a game where I had like 2 hand traps plus engine, like where I didn't have an optimal going second hand. I only had 1 hand trap ever. So I would say it feels 50-50ish, maybe favored for dragons, just because Bystials are just really good against the trap, and if you get like your other hand trap to stop their setup to counter that aspect, being the Iron Wall line / the Masquerade and Cyber's Wicked line, you are just super favored. Maybe favored for dragons. First, our going first is way cleaner, in the sense that even if we get hand trapped a lot, Seal just does put on a lot of pressure against that deck. So our first turn board is clean. Removal, good versus Mathmech. Beldrake is also very good, because Mathmech, this does happen on summon, right? Yeah, this is XZ summon they do get to add, but removing the Alambertion in a standard setup combo is really crucial. So even if the opponent in the last game would have drawn a normal summon, they could have gone into Alambertion to search one. They could have searched the trap at maximum, but we could have removed the Alambertion, so any other extension there would have been done. Or any access code lines are just not there. Beldrake's very good. Can't really access code us. If we have the Beldrake plus any dragon, also circular attack lock, also really good because they can only ever run over 1 Beldrake, over 1 Bystial, so it's very easy to get Beldrake to stick on the field. What else is there in this matchup? Have to play it. Oh man, why am I? What's my? Look at this formatting. Why is there a space everywhere? Anyways, have to play it we have to play it differently. I can't write differently because of Imperial Iron Wall setups, making it so that if we have only 1 hand trap, have to throw on circular search. Because you've seen otherwise, they went into this very late Alambertion route where you usually put your 1 hand trap on, especially if it's an imperm. So yeah, Nib is mid normally, mid at best normally, but it does stop the Iron Wall setup. So normally, also synergy with Bystials. So normally against what you would do against Mathmech is that Nib is not really that clean against the deck, because in the standard combo they would still just have the trap, and honestly the stuff they put on board it's not really that impactful. It's the fact that the trap gives them so much disruption in your turn, plus you've seen the 20 stuff hand traps they had, or like defensive cards, so it's really hard to play through that. But if we nip them like we did earlier, where they go for this very late XZs route where they've used way more resources than in the other combos, plus they might have not even searched the trap before, because like you've seen in the replays, the opponent went for the equation search a lot of times because they wanted to get into the period Iron Wall. And if we can summon, if we can nip them on summon of Diamida before they go into the XZs, we can make them not get to the Iron Wall. We can make them use 1 more extender than when they what they would have had used if they went for the old school route. Yeah, so overall it's just very beneficial for us. If we have a nib, we can punish the Iron Wall setup. So we definitely leave Nibiru in. In the past, that wasn't always a given. A lot of times you would have sided out Nibiru because it is just not that clean of a hand trap. Overall, hand traps don't really do a lot if we find a good side pattern with better cards. So yeah, if you've seen the hand traps, they just didn't really cut it. I didn't have an optimal setup, but overall Mathmech is not really that susceptible by hand traps. So maybe in the future, depending on how the format shapes up, we might want to have some additional cards in the side deck for that. That might just be Bystials. That might be... Droll is not really that good. Maybe Droll is good because of the Iron Wall setup, but yeah. Those are things to keep in consideration. I'm thinking if there's anything else to add there, but I feel like that sums up our Mathmech testing session pretty well. The unexpected one. I just wanted to do some testing overall, but I really like the Mathmech deep dive. Though it was only 2 matches, I feel like in the early the first few matches you learn the most about the matchup, of course. But that made sense. But overall, I'm not scared about the Mathmech matchup, but I wasn't to begin with, just because we play Bystials. And even though we never tributed their trap once, not tributed, but like countered the trap with the Bystial, it feels fine. Overall, it feels fine. Kinda die roll heavy. Because match 1 I lost because I lost the die roll and just got comboed twice and didn't see enough non-engine. In game match 2, the same thing happened. I mean, it wouldn't say the same thing happened. We got hit by a few hand traps and like we got hit by Ash Dark Ruler and we still cleanly won that one. So overall, I think the matchup is fine. And honestly, I think I'm gonna call it today for this stream. I felt like this was a very good stream. Unless you guys still have some questions, maybe you can definitely let me know. But other than that, I would call it a day. And Black Metal Dragon really put in a lot of work today. I really like the line with Chaos Base where I pitched the... Why am I searching that? Where I pitched the Magnum and then revived the Magnum of the Black Metal Dragon. This is just something which usually happens like later on in games, like in turn 2 or in turn 3, I should say, if you start with the Seyfert. Where you have the whole graveyard setup, but with Chaos Base and Seyfert, you can definitely manipulate your hands where the Black Metal, the Darkness Metal Dragon can definitely put in lots of work even very early on. So I really like that, and just the amount of 1-card starters we have seems good. So, Chamber Package, you're ever so slightly further off the we will not be playing you list, just because the space is not there. There's nothing really I can cut. Because we have too many normal summons. We are already on 6 normal summons. So normally it would be this package here, the Albion / Fallen of Albaz and the Regain stuff, but we have too many normal summons, sadly. So that's it. You guys are dismissed. Class is out. You are free to leave. Professor Sunreis out. Peace.